What's going on, everybody? It's Dot Bets checking back in. It's pretty much kind of an informal special live stream that I'm doing today. Nice to be off on the holiday long weekend here, and kind of wanted to just dive into some research with you guys. So I have a couple plays tonight for the Thursday night football game that I've already taken. We can explore that game a little bit more. And then we can dive into the NBA slate, kind of how I predict what props I like to take, which angles I like to go after, and just kind of a formal Q&A here. So if you guys have any questions about the slate tonight regarding football, the football game regarding the NBA slate, feel free to throw them in the chat. So basically, we'll be me on here hanging out probably for the next 30 minutes or so. If you guys have any questions, throw them my way. I'm just going to basically share my insights, what I like about each particular game, and then the prop bets that I like in between. So right behind me, though, we got matchbets.com. Make sure to use code DB100. You sign up with these guys, head-to-head sportsbook wagering, and you get a 100% sign-up bonus on me. So appreciate you guys tuning in. Let me know how you guys are feeling today. If you guys are off or you're tuning in at work, what the heck you guys are up to? I don't know why these boxes are all messed up down here. Some be. Don't know why the box is all screwed up. Throw that bad boy down there. Fix the other one a little bit. But no, this is an interesting Thursday night football game. I think it's a very, very big time football game with a lot of implications. You got the Tennessee Titans and the 49ers at the Tennessee Titans at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee. And we are ready to go there. Let's see, I was looking at some props for NBA. Let's go to NFL real quick. And both teams. So if you've tuned into any of the streams before, I am very, very high on this 49ers team. I've been on them 2 weeks in a row. Probably will end up being a third. Mainly the reason why I ended up taking the 49ers is offensive line issues for the Titans. We got Lamb, Lewan, and Saffold are all ruled out tonight. That is 3 starting offensive linemen for the Titans, and I believe that is too much to overcome. This Titans team wants to establish the run. Even without Derrick Henry, they've done it with Foreman, with Hilliard, with McNichols. Those 3 have kind of been carrying the load. Without the offensive line now in place, I got to lean the 49ers here. You got the dynamic offense that has absolutely been rolling as of late. You got Debo, who has been this hybrid role with kind of this Cordell Patterson role where he's running the ball. He's rushed the ball for 5 straight games with a running touchdown, which is an incredible feat. Then you got George Kittle becoming probably the best tight end in the game over the last 3 or 4 weeks or so. And then you have Jimmy G, who is not losing the game. That's basically what they ask of him. Hey, don't go and lose the game for us real quick. But no, so we'll go dive in real quick to this game. I really, really like the 49ers here. Some props that you are going to. So the over-under, we'll go over-under real quick. It is ticked up a little bit, which is surprising. I thought with the issues that they would have on the offensive line, maybe the total would tick down, but they got to probably think that Tannehill's going to have to get the ball out pretty quickly. So, what the heck happened? Can y'all hear me? Can you guys hear me? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Can you guys hear me? All right, yeah. Don't know what the heck that was. Glitched a little bit. Glitched a little bit on my end. Okay, I think we're good. Let me know if that was all weird. That was I don't know what the hell was going on there. No, yeah. So the over under ticked up a little bit. I don't have a play. If I had to choose, I'd end up going with the over probably. But I'm off of that completely. So let's go to some touchdown scores. So the first touchdown scores of the game. I haven't played many of these this year, just with the fact that it's just incredibly lucky, in my opinion. If you're going, my strategy with these first touchdown scores is pick one team and bet like 2 or 3 of them. So in this case, you could take all 3 of these top guys, plus 650, plus 700, plus 850, with Kittle, Wilson, or Samuel. More than likely, it's going to be one of those 3 that hits. Or you can even go 4 and you go Ayuk and plus 1,300. So you take all 4 and you bet the exact same and you come out with profit, more than likely. I don't see anybody else doing that. That's the only strategy I kind of have for the first touchdowns. And then obviously if Tennessee scores, then you're absolutely bone there. But my favorite one is definitely Debo plus 650, and then the long shot here would be a Tannehill plus 1,600. Thinking he could maybe get a little rush that he does in between the 5, but he's a very mobile quarterback, and if they do pressure him, if they do get in the red zone there, plus 1,600 for the first touchdown there is not a bad idea for Tannehill. I do like his anytime score at plus 275 as well. It's a little bit lower than it has been in weeks past, but he's been active near the goal line, so I like that as well. And then anytime touchdown with the most value that I think will hit is George Kittle at plus 130. I like that position for him tonight. Like I said, he's going to have a special night. Same with Debo. They should be able to move the ball on this Tennessee Titans defense that has struggled a little bit, but mainly because their offense kind of puts them in bad spots with all of the turnovers lately. And basically, 49ers have won 5 of 6. And the Titans have lost 3 of 4. Actually, 3 of 5 if you count the amount that Henry has been out. So 3 and 5 in their last 8 games without Derrick Henry. They've got that bad loss against the Texans. They lost against the Patriots. Won against the Jags, and they lost this past week to the Steelers. Which, if you were in our VIP, you were on. Love targeting this Tennessee Titans team that I thought was very, very overrated to begin with. Now you can kind of piggyback on them tonight. However, they do get A.J. Brown back. They do get Julio Jones back. Or Julio, I guess. Who knows how long Julio's going to play for. But A.J. Brown back should be a big factor here. But the 49ers have the number 1 rated red zone efficiency offense in the league. So if they get down there, like I think they will, they should be able to score. So that's where I tend to lean the first touchdowns towards the 49ers here. And if you do, my strategy is to bet all 4 at the same amount. So whatever your unit is, your half unit is, whatever it is, bet them all the same. Set Debo, Jeff, and then you got Kittle and Ayuk. And you're going to come out with profit if they are, in fact, the ones that score first. So that's my strategy there with the first touchdown score. And then if you do like anytime scores, it's Kittle and Ryan Tannehill, pretty good value plays there. Anybody down here? I don't trust Jimmy G. Probably Kyle Juszczyk at plus 550. I think he scored last week or a couple weeks ago. He's probably the only long shot one that I would actually want to throw money on. Everybody else down here, not so much in my opinion. But no, yeah, Kyle Juszczyk, not really going to do much with Julio or at all there. But some receiving props, rushing props. So Foreman, I was going to be on his rush yards, but now all these offensive line issues, I'm just going to be off of that completely because you can't expose this 49ers defense on the ground. But but now they're going to have to get it through the air. So I think you could go with some Brown props. You could go with some Julio props. But again, I just don't trust Julio playing the entire damn game without re-injuring that hamstring. So I'm going to be off of that. The ones that I'm going to target are going to be on the 49er side. So my favorite one is going to be George Kittle's receptions. I mean, it's heavily juiced at minus 140, but I don't see how he gets below 6 receptions. He's been that good lately, and he's pretty much Jimmy G's safety valve. Sometimes they throw the ball a little bit deeper for him, but he catches it, and then he takes off with it. So I like Kittle to have 6 receptions here. You could go Debo over 5, but then don't forget about Ayuk. That's minus 165 though, so not much value there. I would just rather take George Kittle. Maybe a couple passes for Jeff Wilson, but he's mainly used through the rushing game, through the rushing attack. And I'll just see if they have his attempts. That's longest reception, longest rush. No, do not have his attempts. Because if it was attempts or anything over or below 15, I was going to take it because I think he can get 20 plus tonight. We'll see if that pops up later on in the day. What's Tannehill's rushing yards? So let's go to props.cash real quick. And I use these guys religiously, and just you get 10% off of their annual membership just by putting .bets promo code on as you check out. These guys also, it's like $20 a month for one of the best resources in the game. I use these guys all the time. So basically, if I'm thinking about a play, I reassure myself with these guys. And so I'm thinking about Ryan Tannehill's rush yards. You come here and you see that he's hitting 8 of 14 for the entire season. You can see last 5. You can see through just with San Fran. Doesn't look like he's played San Fran recently. So last 5, he's been 3 of 5. This is an angle here that I'm thinking of because I'm mainly saying, okay, he is a mobile quarterback, and with offensive line issues, he has to scramble a little bit more. So 15.5 rush yards, I think we could get over on this one due to the fact we'll be pressured a lot, have to scramble and get out of the pocket and ready to go. So I do like this position here. In the last 10, he's 5 of 10 on the season. He's 8 of 14 at 57% clip rate. I'm okay with taking this one. I think this will be a free play I'll give out. So if anybody misses the stream, I like the fact that you can get Ryan Tannehill maybe scrambling for his life and gets you close to 20 rush yards, and he's done it before. Let's see. So that's another one that I like there. Jeff Wilson, he's going to get peppered. Let's see how he plays out. He's been running the ball better as of late, but he has had some bust games without. He's got a couple starts here and there, but he hasn't done much. And so at 64.5, probably going to lay off. I think the 110 is an absolute ceiling game, and where they absolutely controlled that entire game. Ran the ball plenty of times. He ran the ball 21 times. So this is where I kind of want to look at if I'm going to attack Jeff Wilson tonight, is his rush attempts, not maybe his rush yards. But then if you go to George Kittle, like I said, with the over 5.5 being my favorite one. A lot of people are on his receiving yards for good measure, as you guys can see here with the with the 3 dominant performances as of late. But I'm going to go as receptions. Same ordeal here. Just with the amount of exposure that he's gotten with the last 3 games. No brainer, in my opinion. Over 5.5 is a pretty good play. You could probably put that in a parlay if you don't want to have that much juice with the minus 140. So you can probably pair that with some other play, or maybe put it in the same game parlay. And let me know what you guys are on the Thursday night game. Before we dive into the NBA slate, we'll be here for probably another 10 to 15 minutes or so. Just wanted to hop on and pretty much show you guys how I make plays, pretty much, how I determine which ones I'm going to go with, and kind of go from there. basically, it's find an angle, see if the data supports that angle, and if my gut likes it as well. I would say not a gut better, but I'm not on a lot of trends and all these models that a lot of guys have. I don't have much of that. I've been able to kind of feel out certain spots, and then prop stock cash has always helped me kind of back it up with some data that I probably wouldn't have ever had before. But no, always good there. And I always check out these guys at Action. These guys write great articles. Sometimes I tail, sometimes I fade. So I don't trust these guys completely. It's just another source of information that you could use to absorb, and you can either take it or you can leave it. So there's plenty of other articles out there that you guys can look at. Appreciate the follow, DGen7. Appreciate it, man. So yeah, we are ready to go here into the NBA, and if we are out of the NFL game, and if we have any other questions, let me know. For NBA, I got a couple angles that I'm looking at tonight. So you always have to think about the motivational factors in the NBA, and you always have to figure out, who's on back-to-backs, the scheduling. The NBA is a crazy, chaotic circus when it comes to, especially this year with all the COVID issues. And it's been good. It hasn't been as good as last year. I'm going to work on my year-to-date over the holiday break here, and I'll get that updated. No, I'm for sure well on the green. I've been absolutely dominating lately. I know we had a rough stretch, probably second or third week with the league happening, but COVID issues as of late. There's been a bunch of angles that you can take. My favorite play of the night tonight is probably going to be the 76ers here at -11. Taking double-digit favorites, never fun in my opinion, but I think tonight there are a couple ways you can go about it here. So the 76ers, they don't play again, I think, until the 28th. They have a couple days of rest here, and this Hawks team just played a back-to-back. They are without Capella. They are without Trae Young again tonight. That's why you see a big number here. I think this game's on ESPN as well, with the primetime game and whatnot. So always like to see. Embiid is questionable, but I believe he suits out. Maxey is back for the 76ers. These guys have burned us in the past, but I'm going to go back to the well here at 76ers -11 and take them for sure. I actually got them at 10.5, moved to 11, so I like that movement a little bit here. Another one is the game right below it. I haven't taken a true side in this. My thought process is with the Pelicans and the Magic played the Hawks last night. The Magic are without Wendell Carter. They're without Cole Anthony. But Franz Wagner has been a problem. He's been very good as of late, and I'm worried about that against this Pelicans defense. That can be exposed. So I don't know. I'm debating if 6 is too many. So we will see. But stick with me. If you guys have not joined the free Discord, join the Discord below. We have all kinds of chats going on regarding sports betting. I put my play of the day in there every single day. That's usually tweeted out, but there are additional plays that the Discord members only get. Those crazy parlays you throw together and hope they hit. So Discord has been very kind to us, and we have appreciated all the support there. But no, Pelicans -6, still debating that, but that is an angle I'm looking at. Maybe we'll have to see later in the afternoon. We still got 2 to 3 more hours or so before anything kind of pops for me as well. The Knicks right here. So they were +1 this morning, and now they're -1. This is an angle here that I like to take. I think the Knicks, they're on a back-to-back. I think they played last night. Like the fact that they rolled last night. I was going to take them against the Pistons. Wish I did, but I'm getting another night here. I know Rose is out. but I think this Knicks team is going to be a team that you can kind of target on towards the second half of the season because they've been horrific the first half, and I think they're a little bit better of a basketball team than what they have portrayed in the first half. So I do like that. And then another position, two more positions that I like, have not taken a side yet, is this Bucks team right here, -3. I was all over them last night for VIP against the Rockets. Thought they were just going to steamroll them. 9.5 was too little. They won by 20 points. Same thing here tonight. I want to see who's playing for the Mavericks first. We were on who was it the other night? Was it Memphis? Yeah, Memphis, and they couldn't beat the Mavericks without Luka, without Porzingis, and without Hardaway. I was truly blown away. But the Mavericks played a lot better than I expected at home. So, debating on this game as well, I do believe I'm going to take the Bucks here at -3. Think that Middleton, I know Giannis is still out, but DeMarcus Cousins has been playing a lot better. Drew Holiday's been playing out of his mind. You have Grayson Allen there. You got Pat Connaughton still there. They got good, very, very good pieces around them to compete. And obviously, you saw a 20-point victory last night. I like them to continue that tonight. Nuggets scare me. You never know the motivational factor. Last night, a lot of people were on the Nuggets, and they laid a fat egg. And there was reports that they didn't play Jokic as much as they wanted to because they wanted to play him tonight. See, that's the stuff you got to worry about in the NBA. So that's an additional thing you got to dissect. So I'll try to figure that one out. But an over/under of 230 if you're playing NBA DFS. These two games right here, Timberwolves, Jazz, Hornets, Nuggets, should be probably where you should want to start your lineups there. But the other position here, I'm going to pick on the Pistons one more time. We picked on them last night, and I wish I picked on them last night with the Knicks, but I like the Heat -11. I know there's no Bam, there's no Butler. However, Tyler Hero did not play in the matchup in the time before where the Pistons actually beat the Heat. So I like this little revenge factor here, and the Heat to get by with a pretty decent, at least 15-point victory. I think tonight I could maybe safely say 20 points, but they should absolutely steamroll this Detroit Pistons team without Cade Cunningham, without Jeremy Grant. They do not have anybody that can compete. So then a lot of people ask how I've come to be with like player props and how I've done all that stuff. Basically, props.cash has helped me, and then I also do Fantasy Labs. I have their membership as well. They pretty much target their best line, who you like. So I pretty much see who has done the best, who kind of correlates on multiple sites and go from there. So one in particular tonight that I like is Steph Curry, points wise. So didn't even check Fantasy Labs before doing this, but my gut says I like it. So Fantasy Labs, hey, over 30.5. Now they project 33.6. So then you come back over here to props.cash. Not saying you have to have all these resources to be a good prop bettor. So a lot of people just do it because they're pretty damn good with their heads and their feelings and what their guts saying with the trends to it. But if you go over here to props.cash and look, where's it at? Golden State. And so he's at 31.5 here. And it says he has not hit this in his last 10 matchups. Now you have to figure out why he hasn't. Well, he was chasing all those records, yada yada yada. But tonight there's no Andrew Wiggins and there's no Jordan Poole against a Grizzlies defense that gives up the most 3-pointers in the league. So that's where kind of putting it all together, you kind of see that, yeah, this is a pretty good matchup, even though props.cash probably says, no, the trends don't tell you that you should take it. However, when you're looking at the scenario, the game environment, of how it's going to go about it, Steph Curry over 30.5 points. I know it's a lot. I know it's a big number, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be a pretty good cash for us tonight. You can see his 3-point attempts. what is this 3-point attempts? Over 5.5. So that's at minus 145. I'll just be safe and I'll take the points here at Steph over 30.5. So yeah, basically a little insight of how I would go about figuring out the props that I like to take. Also, I had a Discord member ask how I kind of come up with double doubles and triple doubles. So this is just briefly. I haven't looked at any of the double doubles yet or the triple doubles. I'll always kind of put a little lotto ticket parlay together that you bet pretty small. But let's see who would have a good one. Probably the Spurs Lakers with Westbrook and Murray. But basically, what you do, or what I like to do, is props. Scroll down to the where the hell are they at? To the double double, triple doubles. Oh, triple doubles. Here you go. So Murray, LeBron, and Westbrook. Okay. Basically, what you do, you can either use prop.cash, you can use this website here as well, and you go to it. And you look, let's go Westbrook. So the line is 20.5. So obviously they think he's going to get a double digits point wise. So that's a no-brainer. That's not even a question. You're going to get that there. Rebounds. So 9.5 is the line. Sometimes it's 7.5. Sometimes it's 8.5. Sometimes it's somewhere around there. And if it's juiced heavily, I like that for the double-double effect. So here at 9.5, kind of a no-brainer in my opinion. Without AD, without a lot of pieces there, that he's going to have to go get rebounds. And then you see the matchup here as well. They give up a lot of rebounds as well. The Spurs aren't very good at rebounding. Then you would go to assist and see there. So at 7.5, and then you look at the trends, see how close he's been as of late. And he only had 5 against the Suns. He had to be a little bit more of a scorer that game. If you remember, he had 22 points there. And then they're a little bit more of a better defensive team than the Spurs are. So I think a Westbrook triple-double could potentially hit tonight. That's kind of a little insight of how I would kind of explain it to the Discord, or how I would come to see if I do like that particular triple-double or double-double. So we've seen a couple of Robert Williams double-doubles where his rebounds have been 7.5, but it's been like minus 130. And I'm like, and then you look at the matchup, you think it's a very good matchup that he can get that. So I like to lay the points lay it with the double-double and then parlay it somewhere else. So just a little bit of research into it. That's kind of why I want to do the stream today. If you have any questions, if you guys rewatch this, hit me up, the DMs on Twitter. If not, you guys hit up the Discord, free on the Twitch homepage, or you go to my link tree on Twitter and join through the link there. So I'm going to get out of here. It's been about 30 minutes or so. Didn't have too much engagement tonight, but it was a little pop-up stream. Just wanted to see if anybody had any questions about the big slate today. We probably, I'm debating on doing a top plays and stacks video for DFS this week, just with the holidays coming up, and I don't know if I can get to it. If I do, it'll be filmed tonight, maybe do it for Friday, but we do have the Sunday stream with the NFL picks coming your way on the dot, always every Sunday at 10:30 in the morning. So make sure to tune back in on Sunday at 10:30. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm out of here.